It's time for, I think possibly, is this a spoiler to say already? It's my film of the week. I just had such a good time with this, Anna. It's Joyride. Tell us about it, and then we're going to hear a clip.
I genuinely, I think instead of summarizing the film, I'm going to do a content warning for any listeners. This is very much an 18 R-rated, raunchy, filthy comedy, very much in the vein of Bridesmaids. So before I go into any details of the film, if you have any children listening with you in the room, in the car, now would be the time to pause and move on, because there is simply no way to talk about Joyride without dropping some raunchy adult words. So let's get a little taster of the film via this clip.
Consider yourself warned.
Been around only Asian people. I mean, we look like everyone else for once. I think we blend right in.
Yeah, but people here can tell Chinese from American Chinese.
What do you mean?
See? Okay. Hong Kong Chinese, Bluetooth. Shanghai Chinese, bougie. Ooh, Taiwanese, weird but cute.
Aww. What kind of Chinese are they?
What's wrong with you? Are you trying to get canceled? Those are Koreans.
Oh.
That's Howdy Fun! It's a K-pop group! Yeah, they all have the same face. That's how you can tell.
So hopefully only adults are listening to this now.
Yep.
Joyride is the debut feature by writer-director Adele Lim, who actually is the co-writer of Crazy Rich Asians, which was a massive success a few years ago. And it tracks the titular Joyride of a group of childhood friends. Some of them estranged, some of them, lifelong buddies. It's got Ashley Park from Emily in Paris as the lead. She's Audrey. She's a very kind of, tightly knit, really successful lawyer. She's been best friends all her life with Lolo, who's an aspiring, really raunchy artist. She loves to do sex positive and body positive artwork. Includes a lot of appendages as inspiration, played by Sherry Cola, and Stephanie Su as Kat Hong, who they meet in China, where they travel to lock down a deal for Audrey's law firm. And tagging along with them, as we've seen in the clip, is Deadeye, who is a K-pop stan and a childhood friend, cousin of Lolo's character. They all band together on this trip, and also along the way, they are on a mission to reunite Audrey with her birth mother, who gave her up for adoption by Americans very early on in her life. Now, like I mentioned before, I don't know about you, I know about you, Rihanna Dillon.
Me, yeah.
I know we both love a nice raunchy comedy.
Yes, we do.
And this is very much that.
Yes, it is.
I don't think I've seen a film this outrageously, deliciously, and hilariously filthy since Bridesmaids. I have not seen so many and both on screen and in the script since Bridesmaids. I have never seen a close-up full frontal shot of a tattooed vagina in a movie ever. And this happens. And you know what? I loved every minute of it. I was like, how is Anna going to approach the review of this film? It's going to be tricky. She might have to use a lot of metaphors. She might have to use... No, there's no way. There's absolutely no way of...
Birdsong it is.
Birdsong everything, because I think it would be misrepresenting the film if you talk about Joyride in a PG way, because it is strictly and very deliberately non-PG.
Yes.
It is hilarious. All the performers of the characters are so outrageous and extreme. All of them are so horny. So every single man in this film is both unbelievably good looking, to a genuinely obscene degree, and gets fawned over, pawed, physically traumatized and damaged by just the sheer raging horniness emanating from these women. Good for them.
But also, we've seen films where sexy women are inexplicably drawn to the male protagonists. And although there is kind of less of an inexplicable nature to this, because all of the women are incredible, I like that whoever they have their eye on, we get this incredible sex scene out of it.
we don't get a sex scene. We get a sex montage.
We get a sex montage, so specifically about female pleasure.
Absolutely.
And I remember last time we were on, we were bemoaning the lack of female pleasure in a terrible Netflix series that we had to review. And it is so the opposite in this. And I just thought it was beautiful. I really did. It made
was
me so
extremely
happy.
fun.
It made me howl with laughter. But as you kind of mentioned up top, there is, of course, a really kind of sensitive side to this, which reminded me of Return to Seoul, which I kind of saw fairly recently, again, about the sort of a birth, trying to find a birth mother.
Yes.
And this was so unexpectedly sweet. It made me cry the hardest that I've cried in the cinema for really quite some time.
Really?
Just so unexpected in this like completely out there, like you say, naughty film.
You're absolutely right, because while all the jokes are very upfront and very front and center, the heart and the foundation of Joyride really is this double kind of approach. For on the one hand, and as we saw illustrated in the clip, probably the only clip without F-bombs in the entire movie, is about how people see Asian people as a monolith and kind of the experience of that. And at the same time, it's looking at the diasporic experience, notably kind of essentially Audrey, who's the de facto protagonist, doesn't speak Chinese.
Yeah.
So she has to enlist her friends to be a translator for her on this business trip.
Because she was adopted by white parents.
Exactly. So
American parents.
By white American parents. So she essentially grew up in a white environment. And her friendship with Lolo comes from the fact that they were the only two Asian girls in their entire town.
Yeah.
So even though it's incredibly funny, it is also at the heart of it touching on a very particular and a very, broad experience for Asian people, for Asian women, and kind of more widely even for any immigrants or children of immigrants who might connect with that experience of not feeling truly like they belong, neither in their country of origin or their adopted country.
Agreed. You will have so much fun with this movie as long as you don't take it seriously. If you're a fan of Seth Rogen, he's the producer on this.
Knocking it out of the park with the Turtle movie last week and Joyride this week.
True. I just feel like, that separation from James Franco has been a real boon. Well done.
Thanks very much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed watching it as much as we enjoyed making it. While you're here, check out all the other videos because they're cool too, aren't they?
Yeah, and if you want to keep up to date with everything Kermode and Mayo's take, then check out our social channels.
I mean, why wouldn't you?
I mean, I would.
There you
I
go.
have done.
Excellent.